Well, I am back here at the headquarters, as I would call it, back here in Panama City, Florida, and I am so excited to finally show you V2 of the Chieftain, which is like 90% done. There's one thing that we didn't get to do, which will be in V3 now. Dropped hints of this. I'd given you little clips of this bike while we were in Durango Rendezvous. I want to apologize first. I had full intentions of working with Fred Fish, Riding Fish, and Kevin. You saw them when they were down here getting Spicy Candy and Black Candy audio done. They worked with us on that. I wanted them in this video, but the schedule was so hectic and crazy at Durango, we didn't get a chance. So y'all are stuck with just me. But let's go ahead and reveal and show you guys V2 of our 2019 Indian Chieftain shop bike and what we did to it. My apologies if that montage or B-roll, whatever you want to call it, didn't come out how I wanted it to. I just wanted to take a second to give y'all a walk around of that bike. Let's talk about the obvious. She is now on front and rear air ride. We got a hold of the folks that own Vic Baggers and got the complete front and rear air ride. So the front, we went ahead and pulled the fork tube extensions off, put the air cartridges in the front, replaced the shock with an air shock and a piggyback shock. Then all the valve body and everything is in this wheel well right here. And we cut the subframe and welded in a box to hold the compressor back here. The two switches for front and rear are right there. We wanted to do this to let this bike sit down right, and also it's kind of easier to demo it when the bike is sitting flat and straight right back. That's kind of why I did it, and plus I just thought it'd be cool to do a bike with air rides. That 2155 from SMT pop out when it's sucked right up there nice and neat into the fender or the fairing. So that was the biggest change for V2, but so is the audio. We went ahead and pulled the CH8s out of the lowers and put the CHX 8.4s in there. And then in the fairing, we kept the 5 1/4 CHXs. But I'm going to tell you, we ran out of time for what I really wanted to do there, and I'll elaborate that in a second. Then we didn't change anything in the bags. Our bags are still sealed imported OEM bags with the CMB10s, 10.4s in it. But the biggest change was the tour pack. These 2 or 3 amplifiers are Cicada's new FLX series amplifiers. These are the 700.4s. We bridged these, so each one, these are for the lowers, these are for the fairing, and that is their brand new FLX. Don't mind that because it's rubbing into this. 2500.1. That amp gets down, it puts out a lot of power, and I am super pumped. We wanted to go and represent Cicada and do as much Cicada as we can. Everything in this bike is Cicada minus the lithiums and the 1 DSP. I just really like the PSM Pro. That's what we use in all of our builds right now, so that's why we have a PSM Pro in here. This bike sounds absolutely phenomenal. We're gonna play it for y'all, a couple of songs.
Can't throw it up, can't throw it up. Break bread with my people, we gon' pull what's the word? Look alive, what's the business? Oh, wait. Can't believe God did it, oh, wait. Lord, forgive me, I was tripping, oh, wait. Can't believe God did it, oh, wait. Yeah, oh, wait. Left me holy, but I'm still holy. Ain't nothing changing but those seasons, Brody, I'm still holy. Demon scheming, read Ephesians, seen that I'm still holy. Jesus, heathen seeking, he the reason I'm still holy. In the dark, in the light, messed up, got right. In the day, in the night, no change, it's smoke forever. Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, up north, South Side, BO, the tribe. Nah, I thought it was four of them. This message can't go back to the sender. It's
like the devil trying to scare you. But then the angels come in, and the angels, they let you know he's in trouble. I tried living apart from God. At times I was feeling so far from God. My faith in his people that left me scarred. The hatred and hurt was so bizarre. I thought that they would always ride for me. I cried, but nobody replied to me. I questioned the truth inside of me, and right about then is when the devil had lied to me. Like, hold up, God got you, he don't ever show up. All those people acting like they know you. Tell you that you do it for the money, fame, power, trying to blow up. Why you playing games, trying to grow up? You been reading Bibles and leading studies and helping your little buddies, but tell me what it's really doing for you. Think I'm still telling you, fake and phony, it's in your every moment, so what's the point of trying to keep it loyal? Taking a fake faith, you're starting to race faith. Can't even take dates, you're hoping to save faith. Trying to go mainstream in order to reach folk. Ain't nobody rocking with you, especially these folk. I lost it, but I'm drinking liquor in my closet. I used to pray and hit, but now I'm saucy. I'm losing money, I'm a lost prophet. I'm making bad decisions every time I get exhausted. Lord, I don't even really know the real me now. Demons got me tripping, trying to kill me now. Sitting trying to figure who can help me get delivered. Send an angel in the Uber, come and heal me now. Evil, you ain't got no control of me. I'm never too far from the blood that flowed for me. I lost a lot, but got too much to gain. I'll probably never be the same, but I ain't worried because I know they're restoring me. How to suffer through the storm.
That is version 2. I almost want to call it like 1.5, 1.8. Because there's one thing I did not get done for this trip. And I'm just going to be honest. It's one of those things I've been talking about wanting to do. And I think this is where us as men and as people, what's the word I'm looking for? We doubt ourselves. And this is one project that I've worked up in my head. I'm like, it's a lot of work. I don't know if I can do it. There's a lot of variables, but guess what? What we're going to do is we're just going to wing it. And I'm going to take y'all along for the ride. So y'all are going to get to see me go through this, work through all of it. I'm going to be honest with y'all when I do it because I haven't done any of this before. And what I'm talking about is we're going to do 6.5-inch speaker adapters for the Chieftain. These are going to be speaker pods, and there's going to be 2 versions of them. I want to do 2 of them because the first version I want to do, what it's going to do is replace these speaker grills right here. You're going to take these off, the speaker's going to come out, and our speaker pod will go in from the front and use the 4E OEM bolts right there. The bottom 2, we're just going to cover them up and get away with them. We're not going to have you cut them off. That's my intention, is I want to be able to have this reversed. So the first version is going to be for the larger speakers like the Cicada compression horn CHs, the Bemas, Euphorias, all of them that use that kind. And we're also going to do some like really ferrite magnets to give us more clearance. That way there's a wide variety of them. But those are going to require you to have 8 hangers because we're going to need all this space down here. So I feel like that's a fair give and take because a lot of the people that want to go that far audio, you got to make sacrifices. I don't see many Chieftains out there that people don't put bars on, which lifts that up anyways. So that's gonna be version 1. Version 2 is gonna be for a power band speaker. So that way, if you have a Chieftain, you're like, well, I just want power band. Well, these pods will bolt in, allow you to put a power band, and we'll offer our own Davidson Audio grill to go over that to give it a complete look. I let you all know that because that's one thing I wanted to have done on here. We just didn't have the time. I ran out of time. I overbooked myself. I overextended myself. But this is just me being 100% transparent with y'all that I dropped the ball on that. I've been talking about it since last year. I kept on pushing it back because to be honest with you, I'm doubting myself on this, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it. So y'all are gonna be along for the ride. What we're gonna do is the next couple of videos, you're gonna see us working on these. We already have an interfering for this. I'm gonna start fiberglassing and we're gonna make the pods physically. Then we're gonna 3D scan them and try to reverse engineer them in the software so we can 3D print them in-house to control all quality. I wanna make sure these are the most quality, solid pods that you're gonna be able to get because it's about making a quality product for y'all that sounds amazing, will hold up to the test of time. So if I can do that in-house, I can control all of it and make sure y'all get the best quality product possible. V2, the Chieftain is done. I like the way it came out. I think these new Cicada FLX amplifiers are gonna be killer. I will talk more about them in a future video. These are not gonna replace all of our packages, and there's reasons why, but I wanna let y'all know that in a future video when we actually talk about the FLX series amplifiers, why they created them, and where they're gonna be killer for us. So that being said, I'm Brandon with Davidson Audio, located here in beautiful Panama City, Florida. If you're looking for the best aftermarket audio solution for your Indian, Harley, motorcycle period, make sure you check us out. God bless y'all. See you next time.